streaming. Let's see. Hopefully this works. I'm not sure. This is working.
I put up for you.
Let's see. Ooh, some Predator action. I just finished Aliens 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna try to get into Predators. I think this weekend, maybe Saturday.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Predator, dude, is fucking amazing. That's what Donny Cates said that he based like when he was doing like research for Venom, his Venom series, he watched Predator 2. I think I told you that.
Was it Predator 2? I was watching his interview that he did on Tuesday.
Yeah.
With the Marvel Marvels. Yeah,
I've been like so out of the game, bro.
That one guy from Marvel, I think the executive producer of Marvel, I don't know, he's been doing these live streams on the Marvel YouTube channel, and he had Donny Cates on, I think, Tuesday for like an hour and some change. He like shaved his head on camera and everything.
Really?
Well, I didn't see that part. That's what someone told me in the morning chat, but I seen a good amount of, he was explaining how he got into comics, how he wrote Buzzkill, and even though it's critically acclaimed, no one really gave a fuck. It didn't sell anything. So it was cool seeing those little stories. Let's see. If everyone can hear me in the chat and hear Dylan, just let me know.
You can't even see him.
Got that plastic glare.
I guess.
Let's see.
I can't put it up any other way. Usually you can see it at least.
Hey,
I guess you can see the Predator better now.
Yeah, I can see the Predator.
I was trying to do like 2 cool mugshot looking ones here. I'll show you.
Which one's that? The aliens? Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Genocide. I was debating on this and another one. I
That's
got like
dope.
2 alien runs. And I got like an Alien versus Predator run. Might have 2 of those.
I just finished reading.
Scarpad gave me some, but
I don't know where it is. I read another alien book. Alien Dead Orbit, I think. That was pretty good. Predator, big game.
This shit is fucking so cool.
Oh yeah. All right, let me see who's in the chat real quick. We have the Comic Jabroni. How you doing, man? He's a good man, dude. I hope you're doing good, Jabroni. Bearded Comic Bro, how's it going, man? Let's see who else we got. We got Z Collects. We got Samuel David. Superior Hero Reviews, how's it going, man? Mark the Cutty Shark, how's it going, man? Chaos and Comics, Stacy Fat Stacks, Rob Boswell. Let's see. Remove the display names in StreamYard. I don't even know how to do that, dude.
Yo,
I'm so bad when it comes to StreamYard.
We're not live.
Huh?
We're not live.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure we are.
I'm not getting no live chat.
Oh man.
Here we are.
Oh, in StreamYard? Yeah, so I'm using OBS and I'm screen capturing you in StreamYard.
Oh, all right.
Dylan's over here like, I'm waiting for that live chat to load up in StreamYard.
I'm like, what are you reading, bro?
Oh man, I was gonna use Skype and then my computer crashed and I tried installing this NDI plugin and it completely crashed OBS. It wouldn't even open. I had to uninstall everything on my computer, reinstall everything, get the layouts back, get everything back to working. But you know what? We made it work.
We made it.
It's working.
We made it, guys.
Hopefully it's working. If the stream randomly ends, it's all my fault. Dylan has nothing to do with the stream ending. That is all on me. If my computer just craps out, I need that YouTube check to come in so I can start updating my my graphics card, my CPU, and all that fun stuff, man. Let's see. All right, so
it's working, and you definitely look better on camera than I do. My picture looks like shit.
Oh, it looks all right. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look.
I got a 1080p camera. It should be all right. It looks good on StreamYard, but it don't look good on YouTube.
Oh man, I mean, it looks okay to me. I mean, I could put some filters on it if you want. I could crush some shadows, bring up some highlights. Let's see. Technology hates Sperry. Yeah, it does, Scarpad. I hope you're doing good, Scarpad. I bet Scarpad was happy. I'm pretty sure he went out and got some indie books today.
There wasn't many though.
There wasn't a lot. No, there wasn't a lot of books at all. I went into the shop today and it felt weird. Like there was different people there when I walked in, and I was like, I tried to live stream it, but it was just like, it felt so weird. I wasn't even talking during my live stream. I just wanted to get my books and get out. It was the most awkward interaction at a comic book shop I had in a long time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That would have been actually kind of funny to see.
As soon as I got out the shop, I'm like, yo, how do I unlist this shit? I don't want no one to watch this fucking stream.
Mhm.
Oh man,
That
but
is too funny.
let me go over to I got two screens. So this is gonna be like our main screen, and then I'm gonna have a review screen where the chat can see the books we're talking about and some interior pages. So
Yeah,
hopefully
it
this
looks good. I'm seeing it on YouTube. I like the setup you got.
sweet. Thanks.
I don't see like I don't see my name down below
What do you mean? Your name's there.
though. I'm just I see my IG. I see my IG. I'm just messing with you.
Oh man, so and this is got like I don't know, I kind of like the screen because that way you could like see the chat if you're
It
watching
looks
on the
cool.
replay, and then you could see
Yeah, I
the
like
books we're
it.
talking about.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like it. That's why when you told me that, I was like, perfect, bro.
this one right here, Ludocrats. What'd you think of Ludocrats?
Yeah, I didn't like love it, but I thought it was cool. I thought it was pretty interesting. I didn't. I see. I read it on digital, so like sometimes, like when I read something on digital, I just don't get like the full effect. As if like I could tell the
Sure.
artwork and the
I
coloring
think
was
yeah, the artwork was
awesome,
dope. Yeah.
totally unique. The storytelling was a little weird. I mean, May I like it's one because like with digital, I always feel like I gotta read it twice because I feel like I'm not getting everything as I would if I just had it in my face. I don't know because I'm reading it on my little ass phone, bro. Like I hate it.
That does suck. This book felt really scattered. Like I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
understand the plot. Like I felt like
exactly,
it was just all over the place. Like it was,
exactly.
like when you open up the first page, what is it? We got this guy right here. He's covered in
Yeah,
it's cool because he calls it I'm
blood.
not naked. It's a blood gown. A blood gown. Like he's wearing blood for clothes. I was like, all right, that's one way of
Yeah,
looking at it, but I don't know, man. The colors in the book were beautiful. It was like vibrant.
they were.
It was
I
very
think that's
clean.
I believe that's Tamara Bonneville,
Is it?
and that I believe so. I could be wrong. I fucking exit out of it. Look in the book. You got it.
Do I have it? Yeah, dude. I got this. I heard there was a special. So I got the cover with the speech bubble. It's almost a
Yeah.
virgin. Well, it is a virgin cover actually. And then
Is it?
I heard there was a cover like
Oh
this,
yeah, I did.
but there was no
Yeah.
words. It was just a blank speech bubble. I
Oh,
guess it's like a hidden
I
store
like the one
variant.
with the speech bubble. I like the one with the speech bubble because they don't do that a lot. A lot of covers don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I think the
That's like
last one I
old
seen.
school.
I think Grumble out of Albatross Funny Books did that in like 2018.
Yeah.
Let me see who did the artwork in here. I don't even know. Oh man, when I seen that big red ass and that little dick hanging in front, I was like, what kind of book am I about to read?
Mm.
Is that his nuts
Right.
hanging down? Yeah, Mark. It is.
Yeah.
I can't even see the artwork. Who the hell did the art?
I swear.
Look at this. The interior pages have black.
Back.
Oh man, it is.
Oh,
It
it's in
is.
the back that they say. Uh, see, that's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, the
Palette.
experts.
It only says like it says the name. Wait, Jeff Stokely pencils, inks, Demo.
The way they have this setup is a little bit.
Palette
It's a little
Impress.
bit weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, like that's
Palette Impress. Tamara Bonneville, but she works on, or if that is, because I think you were saying Kieran Gillen.
Kieran
You
Gillen.
were saying that's a dude.
You know what? It is a dude,
You were
and
calling him a girl.
I completely, I'll admit, and
I thought so too.
if he ever
I
sees
thought
any
so
of my
too
stuff,
for a while.
I
I
apologize.
thought so too.
It
Hey,
sounds,
bro, we don't.
it like when it reads like a woman's name. Like I'm not trying to be mean. It's just
It does.
that's just what I
But
get
he's a
from it.
badass motherfucker, bro. The shit he puts out.
Yeah, he does what he does die.
Once
He
in Future.
does Once in Future, and I
That's
felt
who. That's
like
why I know the Tamara Bonneville name because she's on that. She does the coloring and it's fantastic.
I felt like this is gonna be like one of those books. Like whoa. It's awesome, and everybody's sleeping on it because it's the first day back to New Comic Book Day. Not a lot of people are going to the shops, and this is gonna like be one of those sleeper books. But I don't even think I'm gonna pick up issue number 2. I know Jabroni said he didn't even finish the book.
It was really scattered.
It was all
It's
over the
just
place.
totally dumping you into a world that you have no clue about anything, and they're saying all these words, and you're like, "What the hell does this mean?"
It is. It is
Like
really weird.
the artwork and coloring was fantastic. I cannot knock that, but it was completely weird. It's just so weird sometimes jumping into these stories and you have no idea like what the world is, or and like there was no real world building in it or no character development. It
Yeah.
kind of just throws you right in.
Yeah. It's weird because it starts off, this guy's drenched in blood. I think
Yeah.
his mother maybe comes in and makes him get dressed for a wedding.
I know. I don't know like who anybody
Yeah, I don't
is.
know who anybody is in the book. That's what I mean by scattered, is it's all over the place. You're kind of guessing who's who. And then you see this guy and it
Yeah.
looks like he's gonna get married to this woman who's wearing a quarantine mask, and then Buddy just chops his head off and like moves on with his day, and there's aliens and there's like people floating in chairs, and I'm like, what is what is this? Super weird.
Yeah. I almost feel like they like throw you into that first couple pages of him being all naked and shit just to try to be like, whoa, this is
Like
gonna
a
be a
woe factor.
crazy,
Yeah.
weird, yeah, exactly. Yep. There you go.
But I feel like it didn't really hit. I guess you can't just throw a dick into a comic book and expect to to make headlines, because this
Yeah.
just it wasn't it, man.
No.
For me at least, I don't think I'm gonna be picking up issue number 2. Maybe if it picks up later on down the road and people are like, you know what, the story gets better, it ties in, I might get a trade. But I don't think this is a book that
Yeah.
I might invest more money into, because it was like what,
Right.
$3.99, $4.99. Like, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Let's see what's the next. I loaded up books, but I'm not sure which which one's next. So we're gonna get surprised. All right, Year Zero. This is actually really cool.
Oh, really good book.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on Year Zero? Because this is one of those new AWA Upshot books.
Yeah, I another one too. It got a wraparound cover, but I got the main cover.
Dude, it does have
Um,
a wraparound cover. That's the one that
it
I picked
does.
up. I picked
Was
this
it?
one up.
See, for Resistance, that's all they had. My shop got the. I like the main cover kind of better, but I would have liked to get both,
Yeah.
to be honest. At first I'm like reading it and I'm like, it's a little weird, it's a little different. And then I'll tell you, I read the back and Benjamin Percy's kind of like it was like a forward, kind of like talking like almost like an interview type thing about what he wanted with this book
Sure.
and how he wanted it to be different, because you got like different characters in this book. You got like you're going back from like a samurai type hitman guy. You got like a regular white trash guy living in his basement or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like all I can't think of the word, all pinned up in his basement. One of those guys that damn, what is that word? Those guys that are always like going crazy about the end of the world
Like the
and like
conspiracy theories.
preparing for it.
Like, yeah, the
Yeah,
preppers.
the preppers. There you
Yeah.
go, Mike. Um, then you got, what was it? I forget who else was in there. But yeah, you got it. It goes back and forth between like 4 different people,
All different
and
people, like
instead of
all over
like
the world.
yeah, all over the world. And that was the thing. Benjamin Percy didn't want it. Like he's like too many zombie books are just focused on like a
New
group of
York,
people.
Atlanta.
He's like,
Yeah.
exactly. He's like, I want this to focus on the world. He's like, I want you to see what happened. Like, it's not just a group of people, a city. This is how the world would be. And he even talks about like everything happening with COVID and shit.
Heck
And
yeah.
I enjoyed it. It
I
was a
thought it was
fresh
really cool.
take.
I thought it was a good setup
Yeah,
issue. Like
me
like like
too.
not not a lot of nothing really happened in this issue. It starts off
No.
with a chick, and she wants to like save the world, and she sees like this giant zombie in the ice almost, and
Yeah, which
it
is cool as hell.
it was, and I thought that was like really cool, because that was like the second page, and you're got like this
Yeah.
giant almost splash full spread page of this
Yep.
giant zombie in ice, and like, all right, where is this going now?
I
And
know exactly.
like what Dylan was saying was how it introduced different characters from all over the world. It was cool
Hmm.
because like you got someone in Mexico, and like the
Yep.
pages were tinted purple because it was like the Day of the Dead. You
Yeah.
got like a samurai killer assassin, and it's
Yeah.
like the pages were slightly teal. So like you could tell you were in a different part of the world by the color palette that was like spread across the page. It was really
Yep.
cool, like how
Yeah.
how they did that.
Even with when they're in the polar research station, like the
Yeah,
first page, that blue and the white, like it just sets the mode where you feel with each page and different place that they're in, you can really feel it. You're like, okay, this is, this is the Antarctica, this is
Yeah.
Mexico with the Day of the Dead stuff going on. This is Virginia. If that, I think that's where the white guy was at.
Yeah.
And there's the Tokyo one. And yeah,
He's my
man,
favorite. I
just
like that
really,
guy. The Tokyo
me
guy, because
too.
he's like, you know what? I come from samurai background. We prepare for
Yeah,
winning and we prepare for every possible worst case scenario. And then when he realizes that they're like zombies and everyone's dying around him right before he gets to kill his target, he like opens up
yeah,
the suitcase. He's like, we're prepared for everything. He's got guns and shit. He's
yeah.
like, I'm ready to go. I was like, yo, that's my boy
Oh
right
yeah.
there.
I know, he was my favorite too. I was like, "Damn, this dude is badass." I was like, "I can't wait to see where this goes."
Right? That shit. I can't. Yeah, I
So
can't wait
dope.
to keep reading that. This is definitely a book. I'm looking forward to the second issue.
Me
Uh,
as well.
It was really cool
Only
because
a 5-issue miniseries, so it's not like you're jumping into anything huge, you know?
sure, sure. That's kind of like why I like a lot of indies because they're
Yeah,
quick. You know, like I could get a nice
yeah,
little story, a few issues, and then all right, that was awesome. On to the next one.
exactly.
And it kind of
Because
like
that's not
like
the
I haven't read a lot of Ben Percy books, but
yeah,
seeing him work on Marvel and do like Wolverine or do like I think he's doing X Force, those are
yeah,
cool. Now me reading a book, an indie book that's quickly I'm able to consume it fast. It opens me up more to want to read his other work that he does in
oh,
Marvel.
did we lose you, boss?
So that's pretty cool. Oh, you can't hear me?
Oh, no, for a second, you
Oh,
just, like, stalled.
oh,
Um, yeah, he's also got, yeah, that's why I was super excited for this book, because sometimes I'm not like, zombie stuff doesn't always hook me just because it's been done so much, but no matter what, I was gonna pick it up because I do really like what Ben Percy's been doing,
okay,
and, he has another AWA title coming out called Devil's Highway, I believe, and
yeah.
that's gonna be another horror story. That I'm like, dude, I'm on my horror kick, bro. Like,
I'm
over the
starting to get
over
into
the
horror realm. Look, I'm a little bitch. I'm not
dude,
gonna lie. I get scared really easily. So like when I watch Aliens, no, all right, check this out. Last night I was laying in bed and it was like midnight. I was trying to get like a good night's rest and I
yeah,
started hearing noises and then my heart started racing. I'm like, yo, I got aliens in the closet. I just seen a tail move. I got aliens under my bed. I'm like, yo, Jesus, I don't want to go out like this, man. I don't want to go out with no damn
yeah,
aliens coming for me.
dude,
So you see what I mean? Like I that's why I don't like horror because I get like after scared. Like I watched the movie, I was like, that
yeah.
ain't nothing. And then like a day or two later, when it's dark, I start thinking about the movie. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit.
What are you fucking think you're 10? You're too funny. Yeah, I used to be like that too. Alright, yeah, some shit would creep you the hell out though, man. You be hearing some creeping and you're like, what the hell?
It's like tonight's the night. This was a cool page that they had. So they went back to 1409, the lost pages from Da Vinci.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And it was cool because he seen like a subject and he died on the table and then he came back 2 days later. And then this
Yeah,
this is the page where he was thinking about, all right, he smells so bad and there's so many flies. I'm gonna
yeah,
start with putting a sword through his heart. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna chop his head off. I'm gonna do all these
yeah,
different things to try to see what can actually kill him. So I'm like, damn, even back in like Da Vinci's day, he was trying to experiment on how to kill zombies. It was just like they're doing
yeah,
like this is something that's been around for a long time. Like, cause we got the iceberg that came out, so it's like, all right, they've been here for thousands of years,
yeah,
and then we get a time period of 1409, so that we've seen them in the Renaissance era, and now we're seeing them again in modern day. It's like something that comes back over long periods of time, and like how you said he talked about COVID. It almost reminds me of like the COVID-19 because it's like we have ice that can capture air from thousands of years ago, and once
yep,
that's released, it can release like a disease, and then every
yeah,
couple hundred of years we get hit with a big disease like the Spanish flu 100 years ago. Now we're
right,
getting hit with this one now, so it's like it correlates to what's going on in current events, but not really. But in a way, it kind of has the feel that I don't know. I
yeah.
really enjoyed
It's
it.
kinda like the Resistance had that little
Sure.
feel to it too, you know? It's cool. I like what they're doing. They're going like seeing a lot of their stories are like sci-fi horror, or it seems like they're going horror. And Yeah, I'm down. I told my shop, I was like, any AWA title, put me down
Put it
for
on
it.
the pull list.
Yeah,
I don't give a
I'm down
damn.
for it, man. I'm liking it. I'm like, so like after you know, we got our little 2-month break or whatever and not getting new books. I was trying to, you know, pick up a few trades here and there, trying to figure out my niche and shit. And
Sure.
I kind of figured out that I really enjoy these horror books the most. And you know, I love comics. I still love my superhero stuff, but you know, I was really falling into that indie category, and
Heck yeah.
it's sometimes hard to find what you're gonna like because there's so much. And I was like,
You just
yeah,
gotta
you know
taste
what?
different
One
things,
thing,
yeah.
exactly. And I was like, one thing though, I do know that I always will probably give a shot is a horror indie title, you know. So
I think it was, I want to say Aftershock that came out with a horror book today of a samurai.
yeah, I saw that. It didn't look horror. It didn't look like
It
a
didn't look.
horror. I thought it was gonna be, but I'm not sure if it was.
I seen it
It looked more
digitally
like,
and it was under the horror category. I was like, that's a horror book?
was it?
Yeah, so I was like,
That's
this
what.
is, it's weird, you know. I was gonna get it out of my
Yeah,
shop, but they only had one left and they sold it. So I was like, damn. Oh well.
yeah.
I'm good.
I'm
I don't
gonna
want
have
to
to
get
check
scared
it out
anyway.
on digital or something.
I
Cause I
might
seen
get it.
some panels and it just didn't. It seemed more vibrant than
Uh
horrific, you know. But
let's see
there's that
what's
Lonely
next.
Receiver by Zach Thompson, I think it is. That's gonna be a horror book. And
Ooh.
then Dead Day. Those are both Aftershock titles.
I know I think it was you retweeted or you tweeted out Bradley Golden's latest horror book. Where's that Kickstarter?
Yeah, well, yeah, he was trying to do a
The
Kickstarter. I think
Kickstarter
it's
for it.
almost gonna end. I wonder. I've been checking to see if he got it yet.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
cool.
supposed to be like. I guess he was kind of, you know, like The Conjuring. You heard of that?
I know of it. I don't really. I never seen
Yeah.
it.
Well, James Wan is like he kind of has done like a little horror universe, Conjuring universe. Like there's like that Annabelle stuff, and he said like with that horror, he did a horror comic book maybe like 6 months ago, and he said he's trying to like do a little Conjuring universe type horror universe, but with comics. And I was like, damn, that's a pretty cool idea. You know, have your own little horror universe in the indie comics. I think he does like Antarctic Press. So he said one book was called Sunny, and that was like his play on Chucky, Child's Play.
Ooh,
And then he had another book that was going to be like his play on Children of the Corn.
that's another one that I want to watch. I seen a not a clip, but a
Yeah.
screenshot from the movie with a little kid, and he's wearing this hat, and it looks fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
Like that little kid looks so scary. So I'm debating when I should watch it, but I definitely do want to watch it.
Like that's like the thing from the Sunny book. I
Oh
don't know
shit.
if it's clear though. But like, have you ever seen Pet Cemetery?
Nope.
And the little kid, like cuts the ankle, like the Achilles tendon. That's
Ooh.
like a huge thing from the movie. That's exactly what happens here. I was like, damn, I just want. It's only 3 issues too. I hope it makes the cut because I'd love to read it.
Heck
And
yeah.
you know, I'd love for him because he did this. He also did this, and I feel like most like this book issue 1 sold out.
Horror comics.
Yeah, that was it. That was the horror comics.
I heard it wasn't well received.
I think I heard mixed reviews, and then this was that Children of the Corn. Issue 1 is actually hard to get, so I don't know. I didn't hear much. Like I heard some hype about it, but then I hear mixed reviews on it.
Yeah.
So because in a way, like it's kind of like Ice Cream Man, and it's kind of
Okay.
like been done before. So yeah, I don't know.
Let's
But it's
see.
Child's Play. I don't know. I was just like that'd be just dope. So he might not get it though. He might not get it made. So never know.
He could always try again, you know.
Yeah,
Never
that.
give up.
He's only
Always
like a couple.
persevere.
The thing is, he's only like $400, like $393.
Yeah. I mean, all it
But he
takes is
only has, like,
one
20
rich
hours
dude, just coming in
Yeah.
and cutting a check for him real quick.
He's only got like 18 hours though. So
Oh
we'll
man,
see.
you better hustle. Oh man,
Yeah.
shout out some people in the chat. We got Mark the Cutty Shark. He said I read one Claremont X-Men last night, and it took 45 minutes to read one issues. They don't write them like that anymore. Yeah, they don't write them like describing everything they're doing in the panel. You know, that's my gripe with like a lot of older books is I'm going to pull up my pants now, and he's pulling up his pants. Just fucking, we see what you're doing, man. You know, like enough. let's see. So much zombie so much zombie content in comics in the last year or two. Yeah, there was another zombie book that came out today that I was super excited about. Let's see. Two Gun Pedro, how you doing, man? Seems like Year Zero should be longer than a 5-issue mini. Yeah. I guess AWA they're kind of new. I guess they're testing the waters to see what works, what doesn't, to see what they should invest more money into. Something that's more long term. It could. I mean, people. Yeah. Hey, if it makes money, look at Once and Future. If it makes money, it's gonna get extended.
Exactly.
Let's see. Perry, watch out for them aliens will impregnate your mouth. I know the mouth huggers are not fun. TK loves some horror. I hope you had a good show, TK. I was watching you and Mo for a little bit. Let's see. Road of the Dead is a fun zombie horror by zombie novel master Jonathan Mayberry. Perry had to watch Conjuring 1 and 2. I know there was a DCeased homage cover to the Conjuring movie. How's it going, Comic Don? Tom, how you doing, man? Bordican Comics. Chaos, how's it going? Lost in Comics. Hope everyone's having a happy new comic book day for the first time in like a month and a half.
Happy new comic book day.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Now this is a book that you couldn't get, right? The Star Wars.
My boy ASM actually reached out and he said he would hook me up with a copy.
Now this is a kid's book.
Getting a copy.
Like I looked at the interior art and I felt like, number one, I wasn't gonna read it because I need to start watching the actual Star Wars movies before I start diving deeper.
I really like the artwork.
It's not bad at all, but like when I opened it, I was like, all right, you could clearly see this is like has the same type of art that's in many of the IDW kid books. Like they had that Spider-Man book with Venom that was pretty popular for a while, but it has like the same type of art style inside.
It has a little upgrade though from that maybe, but it also kind of ties in from the animation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Dylan's like, hey, I like it. It's not for kids. It's a little bit cooler.
It's a little bit cooler.
Stop shitting on the stuff I like.
I didn't get to read it, but I hope it's awesome. Like,
oh yeah, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it looks cool. I mean, it looks cool. I just
Obi-Wan.
I don't really know what's going on. Like I thought that was Yoda for a second. I'm like, wait, that's not Yoda, dude.
Yeah. Carolina, Roger.
Yo, Carolina Chris 26. What to do,
I love
man?
Michael Moreci too. So that's the guy who wrote the plot. And
it's your boy Carolina Chris 2.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but he does 6, man. Oh, Hexagon. That one title I really like too from Impact Theory. But
oh my man, Fatal J just jumped in the chat. I gotta give it.
You should have got that incentive, bro. I want that one.
I seen it on the wall before I came to the shop. They put a picture on Instagram, and when I went into the shop, it wasn't there. I was like, fuck, because I wanted to get it.
Wild,
yeah, man. I was there like 2 guys got in before me. I was like, God damn it.
Damn. Always happens to you.
It does. It does. But like a minute or two. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. No, Carolina Chris. Not Carolina Chris. What's up, Carolina Chris? Fatal J. So when I met Fatal J on YouTube, he was always talking about this Snyder Cut, and he was like consistently pushing him and a bunch of people to release this Snyder Cut. I still don't know what this is about, but to see his joy and enthusiasm of it finally being announced that they're gonna release it, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy for you and everyone who pushed it out. It's kind of like
wait, what do you mean?
The Snyder Cut's getting released on HBO Max.
Oh, Fatal J was tripping it on HBO Max. Oh
yeah,
I've been hearing about that.
Yeah,
I got a tweet.
I guess they announced it today at like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Wow, but Key Collector made an update there.
Oh, did they?
Heroic Hollywood confirms its Snyder version of Justice League will be true to the original vision and include the introduction of Darkseid. So I guess there's a key issue alert for Darkseid.
Ooh, there's probably like an issue that's related to, I don't know, or they're just trying to like sell more comics.
To see that for a while. I'm getting HBO Max.
I still haven't seen Justice League, so I don't know. I think I might just wait for the Snyder Cut and just watch the Snyder Cut because I seen the amount the amount of joy that Fatal J had, and everybody in that like community that I've been watching, they always like talking positive about trying to like get this, like, yo, we got to push for this to come out. And I'm like, man, like y'all are really passionate about this, you know. Like I hope it does come out one day. I hope they do release it. And they released it. I was like, holy shit, dude, fandom is real. If you guys can band together as fans and push for something hard and consistently, it should have worked.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, no,
IDW is not all kid stuff. Only some.
No, the IDW has some cool books. I mean,
yeah, bro, Mountainhead is one of my favorites from IDW.
I'm curious if they're gonna stay in business for a long time, because I know they've been having some. They've been having a
work out there, man.
They do. So I don't understand why they lose so much money.
TMNT, you know, I like a lot of those stuff. I don't read everything, but yeah, like TMNT, Mountainhead is amazing. There's
I'm trying to think what else I got.
What was that one I can't remember. The
Kill Transformers and Transformers and My Little Pony.
Yeah. I think they didn't they do the Transformers Terminator book too?
Yeah, they did that. I think it might have been a one shot because I didn't hear anything about a next issue.
No,
the cover looked cool.
That's the series.
Is it?
I think it's a mini.
I don't know. I picked it up and I don't really know anything about Transformers or Terminator, so I was like, it's all right. The Snyder Cut will suck. Will only suck a little. The Scarpad. Let's see. Carolina Chris says, "Damn right, he's excited for that shit to drop." How's it going? Comics was explained. And then let me move on to the next book. Oh, so this is cool. So this is I don't know how you feel about this. I kind of like this. Star Wars Adventures, Tales from Vader's Castle. So they released a digital book alongside this one that came out today for Star Wars, and it's kind of like just a little bit of an extra story. It looks like a lot of more, because IDW is doing this. DC did that too. I think DC is going to be releasing a few titles a week like that. And I think Marvel might do that. I know a lot of people are freaking out saying that, like, no, this is like this is gonna destroy print. I don't think so. I think this is kind of cool, like getting an extra book that ties into the story you're already invested in.
No, yeah, that is pretty cool.
Let's see, Mr. Edgy.
But the Tales from Vader's Castle is actually they've had like mini series of that before. They usually come out around Halloween. So they say, like you see, it says a ghost story.
Yeah.
I've never read it, but I've actually wanted to pick them up because I hear that I've heard people say they're like kind of for kids, but I actually have always wanted to pick them up like the last 2 years, and I just always forget to add it to my pull-in time.
Let's
so
see.
Maybe when I get to read it and I can read that digital, maybe it'll actually pull me in and I can pick it up because I love Star Wars and I love ghost stories.
There you go. And we actually got multiple horror books this week, and we got another ghost story that hopefully we'll get to shortly. Mr. Edgy said, "Yo, Perry, what's up? Did you see Justice League Dark Apocalypse War? Is that the one that came out on Tuesday or 2 days ago?"
That's the animation one.
The animated one. Watch that. That's the one that just came out on the 19th, I think.
Yeah.
So that was yesterday. No, I didn't get a chance to see it. I need to watch more animated movies. I just started getting into the manga series of like different shows like My Hero Academia, Berserk, Attack on Titan. So I'm slowly learning about different aspects. But yeah, let's see what next book came out today. Oh, Jim Henson's The Storyteller Part 2, Book 2. Did you get a chance to read this?
Oh yes, yeah, I read DCeased first, and then I read that. I wanted to know, you didn't read my comment. I wanted to know what you thought on this book.
This one, I enjoyed this one. I thought it was cool. It felt like a little quick little ghost story.
It did. I liked the first better. I'm not gonna lie.
The first felt a lot more unique. The first one felt like I'd never heard a story like this.
Unique as hell though, too. Like,
yeah.
You know, I mean, like not the ghost story, like not what happens, but what happens to her was unique.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first one definitely felt more unique in like total sense. But yeah, I still definitely thought it was awesome. I actually was kind of bummed because I think the C variant had like the storyteller and his dog on the cover, and I was like, damn, I would have got that, bro. You know, I'm a huge dog lover. I was like, that'd have been a cool variant cover. But I love I just love these freaking
Which cover did you? I got this one right here. Okay. After reading the story, I want that cover more.
Yeah. Which one? You got the B cover?
Yeah, the one with the chick on there.
I like the red on that though.
It does pop a little bit. It's kind of cool because
but I like the blue on this as well. So, but yeah, that's
So if you guys haven't read this, a brief little summary. There's a chick. She sees her man going away with another woman, and she decides to find. Well, she finds a red book, like out of a giant library. There's like a giant red book. She gets the book down and she finds like a love spell, and she goes to do the love spell, and she has like 9 out of the 10 ingredients. And she's like
rich and has
everything. She has everything she could ever want in the world, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do this spell." And I'm just gonna like but a black like piece of cloth. She's like, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do the spell, and she does the spell, and she's telling like the ghost. She's like, "Hey, I'm sorry that I didn't bring you everything you asked for, but I'll give you all these jewels and money and whatever you want." And the ghost is like, "Bro, you think you could bribe me? You think I'm greedy?" Yeah, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like this is backfiring on her big time." And the ghost kind of condemns her to this weird body form. Like it like rips her skull out, like her skull out of it, detaches her head from her body, and she becomes almost like a ghost. I think I do have some pictures.
Had, like her spine and heart.
Yeah, just swinging.
So crazy, like literally. I mean, as the cover shows, like it's so
just
weird.
Flying like that. So the picture I just highlighted is her getting the book and reading the spell and finding the spell, and then this is the end result of, you could see her neck at the bottom, and then you could just see her head floating away. And she gets pissed off. She's like, "You know what? This is that bitch's fault that's trying to take my man. She made me do all this," which is not. Yeah, I mean, she was in control of herself the whole time. And she was the one who fucked up the spell to begin with, and then tried to bribe the ghost. And it's like she's just shifting the blame. And then she goes and tries to haunt, and it was just like a little spooky little ghost story at the end. And I was like, I kind of like this story. It's like, you got this old guy, he's sitting in a chair by a fireplace reading these stories to his dog. Like, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. I like them, man. I really do enjoy them. Little one-shot ghost stories. Like, it kind of reminds me of that old show I used to watch on Nickelodeon, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Ooh.
Where you just kind of, or like Goosebumps in a way. Like, I was a huge Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps fan. I used to read the books, and you would just get like little ghost stories. This feels kind of more like Are You Afraid of the Dark in a way. But the only bummer, I feel like, did you feel this way? Like when I seen the cover, you know, like this and the little darkness to her, I just kind of wish I got that a little more in the interior.
In the interior art, yeah, it's a little bit different.
Brighter, you know what I mean? Like that was my only complaint on it, I would say.
They definitely played around. They played around with like the blue and bright red hues in the whole story.
Yeah. It was still really good. I felt it kind of rushed a little at the end, but I feel like that's just the way it's supposed to be. And
it's like a quick little one shot, you know?
Exactly. I thought the way it kind of was left open was kind of cool, though. I still really enjoyed it.
Well, it's kind of like if you ever went camping and like you got the guy telling you a story, like, and then you're like, "Well, what happened to him?" And he's like, "Nobody knows." But what about this? Nobody knows. It's like it leaves you in suspense, and and then you hear something like and you're like, "Is that the ghost?
What the fuck?
That bitch coming for you?" You know. So it was kind of cool, like you know, like I kind of like these stories. Like I don't get scared reading these stories, so I can enjoy them.
Yeah, man, I enjoy them too. I definitely don't get scared. It's just I enjoy stuff like that, you know. Like I'm a big horror guy, so I go for the hardcore stuff. I like all horror. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I don't know, like obviously I don't like every single thing. There obviously are some movies and stuff I don't like. But I like to give all that stuff a shot, and I've always loved Jim Henson properties growing up. That was always a favorite of mine. And yeah, man, I'm really glad I picked this up, man. I hope they continue on with, you know, maybe a volume 2 eventually, you know, when the 4 issues are done. because
Oh, I don't.
have
I
other
don't want
ones.
these to end. It just keep pumping out ghost stories.
I
Like
know.
like one ghost story a month can scratch that itch for me. Like I'll pay the money for it. I enjoy these stories. Keep the art, more or less how it is. Keep don't invest any more money into it. Just keep it flowing as it is.
Yeah.
Because I'm enjoying these little like kind of scary, not really like stories like that. Like they're fun for me. I'm all in. Which one's that? Oh, that's the other cover. Oh yeah, with him standing by the fireplace.
Yeah.
With the little puppy.
I don't know if it's getting. I don't think it's clear enough, but you can see a little ghost behind him.
That's dope.
I don't know why I can't.
I didn't even get a chance to see that cover.
But yeah, so like for the storytellers, they also have like other ones like sirens. They have other ones. I can't think of the other one. Just like like not ghosts, they'll label it other things. I can't think. I looked it up on Amazon before because they have trades for it.
I like Chaos in the chat.
One was called Sirens.
Chaos said he's gonna rewind to see Ludocrats, and then a couple minutes later he's like, listening to you guys talk about Ludocrats is cracking me up. What the fuck is going on here? What the fuck? Wait, what the hell? That's kind of like what the book is. Like, what the fuck? What the hell? Like that seems to be like the main mindset of that book. All right, let's see what other book I got loaded up in here. Okay, here we go. We got DCeased. Hope at the World's End. Oh, that's the cover for issue 3?
Yeah, it looks dope.
It does look pretty cool. I like that.
Maybe some cult-like shit or something.
Right?
Oh, it says a grandmother fights to get back the mortal world to fulfill promise to her granddaughter. But Wellis, the Slavic god of death, and his creatures are determined to bring her to her final resting place.
Ooh.
That sounds cool.
That does sound dope. I'm all in. Jim Henson, he's killing it.
We gotta keep picking these up, man. I'm gonna start picking up the variant covers too, so we can make sure that these prices are getting. They're
right.
Like, oh, this is getting good. Let's get a volume 2.
Go bad. Yeah. Did you get a chance to read DCeased? What's called Hope at World's End? I thought this was cool. So this is another one of the digital first that DC's putting out.
I didn't see that. I saw the digital. I did not read that, but I saw that and I was like, did something leak? I just read Unkillables.
Yeah.
I thought something leaked on that. I was wondering, so that's digital.
So it's a only digital. I think how did you read that? The books do well, I think they might get released later on in print form with a different trade dress to them. I'm not sure entirely, but this was the digital release. I think DC is going to do this every week, if not every other day. I think they explained it as, in a world where people want to consume more content, why not give them more content? And I'm like, dude, I'm all in. Like a book like DCeased, I binge read that and I was like, this is dope. And then I went on my computer, I was like, oh shit, there's like another small little tie-in that cost 99 cents. I was like, heck yeah, 99 cents for this. It was so. This is DCeased looking through the lens of Jimmy Olsen. So you're seeing him and him taking the responsibility of, I need to document what's going on with his camera. And I thought that was pretty cool because you got like this picture right here of everyone around. Because Jimmy Olsen is superpower, which people don't realize he has a superpower of not fucking dying. He avoids any crazy thing that's heading his way. He avoids by the skin of his teeth every time. So you see him in this panel and he's standing in a room full of people turning into zombies. And he just grabs his camera and starts taking pictures. I was like, oh man, fucking Jimmy Olsen, man. Like I enjoy Jimmy Olsen. He's pretty dope.
I do too. I'm bummed I had picked up the first issue. There was some issue book that I read like a sneak peek of what that was gonna be, or like a side story, and I really liked it. And then I picked up issue 1 and I just had so many books I never read it, so I ended up dropping it after issue 1. And I wish I didn't, because after hearing you and John rave about it, I really wish I would have stuck with that series.
They're quirky.
It was really fun, and Superman was such a disappointment, so I should have just been reading that.
It was. I think Bendis is writing Superman and Action Comics.
Yeah.
Oh man. So he's like, hey, let's ruin the 2 biggest Superman books. It's like, hey,
I gotta get rid of those books.
Do you like Superman? Do you like Action Comics? Well, don't worry, we're gonna get a writer to ruin both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
I tried so hard. I literally went out. I bought like issue 1000 all the way up to like 1015. I was like, I'm gonna sit here. I started binge reading, and I'm like, I don't want to read comics at all right now. Like this, it turned me off so bad.
I read like Superman 1 through 16. I actually enjoyed like the first few issues of Superman. I was like, this is actually kind of cool, you know, like, but the Rogol Zar shit, I think that's his name. Oh my God, like it's like it didn't even end in 16 issues. Like they were still leading. Like it was like, where is this going, dude? Like talk about like, oh my God, like fucking spreading the breadcrumbs, man.
Oh
like,
man,
literally, like and then Action Comics was just so stupid. Like, oh, is it? I'm gonna tell my I'm gonna tell my identity. I'm not gonna tell my identity. I am gonna tell my identity. And then then there's an issue where he hasn't told his identity yet, but then he already has told his identity because they did a one shot like where he just completely reveals his identity, and then Action Comics continues for like 2 or 3 more issues, and he still hasn't revealed his identity in Action Comics, but he still really had. We know he has. So like it makes no sense. Like I was glad to drop that, man.
Yeah, no, I'm happy I'm not reading. I would like to start reading a Superman title because it's fucking Superman. It's Superman, dude. I mean, like
I hear Supergirl is really good, and I should have been reading that because I actually do. She's pretty badass. My my owner, he reads that, and he was really pissed because that was one of the titles that they're not going to be releasing physical. It's gonna the rest of the last couple issues are gonna only be digital.
You know, Action Comics is pretty bad when more people. I hear more people. Maybe it's just me that talk better about Lois Lane is book right now than they do about Superman. Yeah. Like that's a little. All right, come on, Lois Lane. Nobody should be talking about Lois Lane like that.
You're talking about his side piece. But yeah, I only read issue 1 of Lois Lane. I didn't really like it that much. But I know John really does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would pick Jimmy Olsen over the Lois Lane book. I should have read that shit.
And then I think we got
to get it in trade or something.
I got like one final book loaded up here, and it is probably my read of the week. And it's another zombie book. My 2 favorite books this week are zombie books. DCeased UnKillables. Did you get a chance to read Unkillables? Yeah, you read Unkillables, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna read that digital. I should have read that. For some reason, I thought that was like leaked early. That's why I'm still like, I've been out of it, man. Like out of the news, working, and then just I don't like when somebody asked me, they were like, "Are there any books you're looking for?" I'm like, what is on my pull? Like, what am I missing?
Dude, I walked in. That's
totally out of it.
That's why I didn't get the Jimmy Olsen cover. That's why I didn't get the Star Wars incentive, because I walked in and I waited for my pull list, and he went and he was looking in there, and I was seeing people go to the back, and I realized I don't have any books on my pull list to pick up this week. And by the time I go to the back wall, the books I want are gone. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Man, I wish you could have got that incentive, dude. That book is so dope. It's not really. It's the same cover, but the coloring, I really like the coloring on that. It's a bummer. I hope I can. I know I'm gonna be able to get the main cover, but yeah, I wish I could have got that incentive.
And then DCeased UnKillables. What do you think about this 3rd issue wrapping up the little 3 issue story?
I liked it. Besides the shitty ass cover.
I got that one too. Now I got that one for a specific reason. I haven't seen Suicide Squad. So when I go to do my Suicide Squad movie, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get a few people watching this one. So I'm going to promote DCeased UnKillables and show this cover. So that's like my little, I've been trying to like throw little jabs into like comic books, like when I'm doing these movie reviews.
It just bums me out that the last one they did, a movie homage when all the variants have been horror homages.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Especially when it's a horror book. This is definitely one of my favorite. This was definitely I'm trying to think, would that be my
this movie was horribly bad, so it kind of fits in a way.
Yeah.
That's
you got a point.
I mean, that maybe that's what they were going for, a little satire, joking around a bit, but no.
I thought this book was like like beautiful, man.
Yeah, it
Like,
was dope.
crazy towards the end. You
Dude,
know,
it
like
opens up crazy.
it opens up like I love it. I'm so happy we're gonna get what is that next one?
The family what? The way this book ended was like I was like, yo, this is. It had
Oh, I
what was
know.
that movie? It had
Utopia and shit
I
or
Am
whatever.
Legend.
Yeah,
Feel like
it did.
like you got all right. So we got all these characters and like it's like at the end of the ropes. Like this is it. It's over. It's
Yeah.
done. Wonder Woman shows up. Well, first we got Solomon Grundy ripping Bane's head off. That was a great way to start the
Yeah.
fucking issue.
Oh
I was like,
my
yo,
God.
and then he takes it and fucking throws it. I was like, yo, oh my god, this is. I'm in. Oh, it was dope. It was
really
dope.
was. Yeah, I love that. And then it was funny too. They're like, I never seen somebody headbutt like not a head or something. I forget, what did he say? He's like headbutt nothing or something.
Yeah, I gotta look it up. That's it
Sick.
was.
Oh wow, that is the first headbutt I've ever seen without a body behind it.
Yeah, dude, he fucking ripped his head off and then threw it. I was like, oh shit. And then fucking Wonder Woman comes in and kills his ass. And in this panel, you can see her arms just going through his body. I was like, oh
Dude,
man,
it's crazy. And
yeah,
ripping, Creeper's head off, choking Cheetah.
choking the shit out of Cheetah. I was like, yo,
You know what? Really, when I saw I just wish we could have got a little more of the Deathstroke, because when they're saying, they're like, man, the way he fought, he was taking on hordes of them.
it
And
was.
I could just picture it in my head, and I just see like Deathstroke just break, like cracking heads, man, cutting heads off,
left and right, just
blowing head, like just left and right, like going in circles, man. I could just see it, and I was like, that would be so cool in a animated movie. And then
right,
boom, like out of the gone, like, oh man.
I think
as they're saying, like,
I think it was in the morning show. I think it was in the morning show where we talked about that. Dude, this needs to be like an animated movie at least. Like it is so fucking cool that why wouldn't you make an anime? And you could have so many different animated movies about it, or like a small series.
Right.
Like spin-offs, and it's like there's so much you can do with this in an animated format that could reach a wider audience. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
And I think one thing about this book, the artwork is phenomenal.
I think it's dope.
I'm looking
I think
at
it's
on your
cool.
screen. I'm looking at it in my hand. It pops
so
well. Like the artwork is phenomenal. In this series, I really enjoyed the first series. But I really like the artwork in this was stepped up a little bit more. I feel like, I don't know, I just thought it really worked well. The colors and everything just, it was that perfect grittiness with the blood and everything, and the dark blues, saturated.
The way the story was narrated was cool too, because it was like
it was.
You got Deathstroke right before he dies. It's like his regeneration factor shown that he could survive this and he has what it takes. But Wonder Woman made sure there was nothing left for him to regenerate, and she fucking goes through his body and he just explodes into like, oh my god, he doesn't have organs to regenerate now. Like,
nothing to regenerate from now.
Yeah, but it was a narration that like set that up real quick, and it just fucking hit a home run. I was like, oh man, this is awesome.
That's another thing too. Like in a movie, that would be or an animated series, that would just be amazing to hear that narration, because you'd be like, they're like, oh, that they were fighting like crazy, and for a moment we thought there was hope, and then all hope was gone at this moment. Like you really feel like when that bus is lifted up, you're like, this is done.
It's over.
Like, oh,
yeah, but it does have a happy ending. They finally reached this place, and we got this chick. She made her own utopia that nobody can get through. Not even Wonder Woman can get through, because it's magically protected. So anyone from the Amazon can't get through, which is pretty cool. So
I love the way it opened up.
It does. It almost. Like I didn't want to say it looked like a vagina, but it kind of looked like it was like opening like that. I was like, whoa, just slide right in,
Hey, it's poison ivy,
It is, it might have been,
I thought Harley looked a little weird. Like
she did look weird, right? Sitting on that
the top panel, she looks okay sitting up there, but then when she gets down and she's like holding you know, Ivy's hand and talking to the little kid, I thought she looked weird.
Chad Fisher said it did look like a vagina. Oh, neat. Dr. Fate is in this. Yeah, man. It is like the entire DC universe is in this. And it just seems like they're going to keep expanding and growing it. Because I don't want it to end.
I hope we don't have to wait long for Dead Planet. That's what I was asking. I couldn't figure out what the name of the next.
I think Dead Planet is August.
Damn.
No, yeah, because issue 2 comes out in August, so July we're getting the first one. Because issue 2 has the homage of the Book of Eli with Cyborg.
Oh, is that? I saw that cover. I didn't know that was Book of Eli.
Yeah, that's the Book of Eli movie homage poster.
Shit.
So that's pretty dope. I'm definitely, you know, I'm all in on DCeased, man. I hope when this is all over, I would totally buy an omnibus of this. And I hope they put it in like order chronologically. Because I would fucking read that all over again. Because I'm all in. It's cool, man.
The movie homage for Dead Planet issue 1 though is Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
The issue 2 must have been that Cyborg one. But the only, now that I think about it though, the only bummer about that World at War is that what it was called?
I think so.
Only being digital is because I want that on physical. I want me another one of them horror covers, you know, or just a movie homage cover to put in my collection. That's the only bummer. So I have to read it and see it. Like if it really ties in pretty well, that's the only bummer. You know?
This one, the Hope at World's End.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, from what DC said was they might be available later on in print with a different trade dress to it, so it'll have a different cover to it.
Oh, that's cool.
Which, yeah, so I guess they said they want to differentiate the physical from the digital, because they said they understand that there's two different people who read. That there's people who only read digital and people who only read print. Yeah. So I guess they're trying to not integrate, but like someone like me, I won't read digital. I won't binge read digital. Right. I won't read all my books digital. But if I really like this book, I'll read one book. Yeah, I'll and 99 cents. Yeah, I'll do that instead of $3.99. That's crazy.
It's funny. I got this guy that comes in that drops papers off to my work, and he comes in wearing like a Marvel mask. So I was like, "Hey," I was like, "You into comics, bro?" Because he kind of looks like he would be. You know what I'm saying? Not being kind of stereotypical, but
he looks like the guy from The Simpsons, the comic book man.
You do. I swear to God.
Oh
you do.
Man.
And he's like, "Yeah, I read them." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You probably," because I feel like people would not think I read comics is the thing.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking nerd, bro." I was like, "You might not think it because of my tattoos or something, but it's like I'm all in on that shit. Star Wars, Marvel, DC, all that shit, bro." I was like, "That anything comics is up my alley." But he reads all digital. I was surprised to hear that. He's like, "Yeah, I just read digital." I was like, "Oh man, I go to the shop every week, bro. Every week." I was like, "Yeah, gotta." So
it's a different breed.
There really are people out there like that. It's weird.
He's like, it's weird.
I've even tried. It's a different breed. It really is. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess maybe like if I had like an iPad or something to read always on, but like most of the time I do it on my phone. But yeah, you know what? I got my laptop I've done because I've had a few like Mad Cave like over the 2 months. I wasn't able to get like Woven Heart 6 and shit. So Mark sent it over to me and I read that because I was just really excited to read that. You know, didn't have much to read. So I've read a few things. I read like Sweetheart, digital. I read what else did I read? There's something else, I forget it. Oh, No Heroin, I think issue 1. There's things I've read on my I do it's better definitely on a bigger screen, but still just not as much, you know. It's not the same.
I guess we got a different chromosome in us.
We do.
As we need physical and we need to collect, we need to sort and organize. It does, dude. I tried so hard. I downloaded the Marvel app. I think I'm still paying for it. I need to cancel that shit. I I sat down, I started reading stories and I was liking them, like World War Hulk. I was reading Silver Surfer by Dan Slott because Chaos recommended. Chaos said you haven't read comic books until you read Silver Surfer by Dan Slott. So I'm like, all right, motherfucker, I'm gonna read Dan Slott then. So I sat down and I was like, dude, this is dope. But after like 2 issues, I was like, I don't want to do this no more, you know. And then I don't keep my phone charged, so I'm like, my phone's gonna die, you know. I'd rather watch a couple TikToks until I fall asleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like digital. It's cool, but it's like I need, and you know, I would spend more money if I was a digital reader.
Yeah.
I think going to the comic book shop kind of limits me because it's like I could only spend a certain budget every week. And it's like, this is the time to spend it. And then I had to make the decision, which one do I want? Which one do I want to put back?
Yeah.
If I was like digital, I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll buy 2 more, you know, just because it's at my fingertips.
They're not cheaper. They're the same price because you have more room or something, or?
I think it's different when I go to the shop and I'm holding the books in my hand. I'm like, I don't really want this.
Yeah.
You know, like versus, I'll fuck it. Let me see what it's about. You know? And then also I'm like, well, I mean, I know I could get this for free on another website. So, you know, like let's dive down that rabbit hole a little bit. That's where I read I think that's where I read Ludocrats this morning on one of those sites, and I was like, all right, I didn't really like read, I just skimmed through it to see what the inside looked like. I was like, oh, the colors are beautiful, like the artwork is beautiful inside, like it's really poppy. I like it. It reminds me of kind of like Scotty Young, how Scotty Young draws his legs. So I seen like this big guy with these little skinny legs like that. I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. I'm digging this a little bit. And then I started reading it when I got the physical copy. I was like, I'm not a fan of this. Actually, if you guys don't know, let's see. I got this over here. I'm gonna pull this up real fast because I think it's really cool. There's 16 people hanging out with us. I appreciate everybody who's been hanging with us and having a good old time.
Hit that thumbs up button, y'all.
Heck yeah. I actually just dropped a link.
We back, man. We back for the first new comic book day.
Right? I just dropped a link in the chat.
Back like we never left.
Chaos and Comics just uploaded a video talking about Ludocrats. So as soon as I'm done with this stream, I'm definitely going to check that out. I implore everyone to go and click that link and check it out, or put it on your watch later list. Because Chaos, you got to check out Chaos's video, man, because he's going to talk Ludocrats, and I'm curious to see what he has, because Chaos is the type of guy where he'll outsmart me in a conversation, and I'll just be quiet because I'm like, I'm not gonna argue with Chaos, because Chaos will run laps around me sometimes. So I'm like, all right, let me shut up, you know, because Chaos knows what he talks. When it comes to comics, Chaos knows his shit like detailed. I'm like, all right. So I'm curious to see what he's got to say about Ludocrats. Maybe he liked it. Maybe he could bring a different perspective that might make me buy issue number 2, or maybe he'll make me throw it in the garbage. We're gonna find out.
That Chaos guy, he kind of knows what he's talking about.
Oh man, let's see who's hanging out with it. We got Scarpat over here. I appreciate you hanging out with the Scarpat. Tugon Pedro. Let's see, we got Jim over here. The only use I would get out of digital would be to chop it apart with a capture tool and make a bomb wallpapers. I need to print books. You know, it was funny because this DCeased book that came out digitally, I was like, you know what? I got a printer upstairs. I wonder if I could print this book out page by page and staple that shit and go to the shop and be like, hey, like open up my trunk of the car, like pull up to the front, be like, hey, $2.
Right. I might try to print me up one now.
You know, like we're fucking hustle. Like, yo, you like that DCeased? Yeah? You gotta like this one and pop the trunk real quick.
This bitch unreleased. You can't get this nowhere. I'm physical.
I'd be like, come on, man.
Motherfucker that got this, I'm physical.
$2.99, 2 for $5. Come on. You ain't gonna find these nowhere.
I even got the variant cover.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's gonna be hilarious.
All right, it is a little past 10 o'clock, but we did start late, so we went a little late. Those are all the books I read. I'm not sure if you read anything else.
Hour, then.
Yeah, we had a little over an hour and a couple minutes.
That's why I waited to read Clone Wars though, because I didn't want to read it digital.
Heck yeah, I feel you, man. You got any other videos coming out you want to promote real quick? Anyone listening?
I'm working on this one video, a top 10 video. I've been
Ooh,
lacking on editing it because I've just been kind of stressing.
I feel you.
My grandpa had that heart attack, so
It's
I've
horrible.
been
I'm
kind of
sorry,
like
man.
been kind of
It
just
fucks with
messed
you.
up in the head.
Yeah.
I just been like out of it. You know, it's I got no excuse why I haven't really done it because I could have done it. I just been like, I don't know, man. I just been like every time I'd be on a day off, I would just be like laying in bed and I'd be like, wow, I got this video to edit and I just haven't. And he just went in for surgery yesterday, but he looks like he's doing better and now he can finally should be able to fully get healed now, you know, because he
That's good.
had like
That's good.
100% blockage. So
Wow.
I just want him to be better, you know.
That's
He crashed
terrifying,
his
man.
car. Yeah, I tell you, he crashed his car, and like mid had a heart attack, crashed his car, and it did a flip, like it was in a damn you know, like in an
Like in a
action movie,
movie.
like
Yeah.
you know, and hit a pole, and luckily, like, because he blacked out, or he probably was dead. Honestly, like he literally was dead on the scene and when they what I'm trying to say, so he didn't really get too injured from the car wreck because you know what I'm saying, like he didn't tense up or anything, but thank God, man, I had like guardian angel looking out for him.
Oh yeah.
A nurse was driving by, and even with all the
Wow.
COVID stuff going on, she gave him mouth to mouth and they worked on him, and they worked on him so hard they broke his sternum and his ribs from CPR, and they had to use the shock paddles to revive him because he was literally dead on the scene. So
Holy
my
shit,
grandpa,
dude.
man, he's a tough SOB, man. He don't mess around. Like that guy will work. He will work my 10-hour shift, and he will continue come home, cut the grass, clean the house, keep working his ass
Damn.
off for another
Man's man.
fucking 8 hours, man. He is a beast, man, and I'm thankful that he's still alive, man.
Okay, man. Thank
He helped
God,
raise
dude.
me, man. So it's my last grandfather I got to. So he means a lot to me. So
Okay, man. Well, I'm happy to hear he's getting better, dude.
yeah,
You know,
me too.
that's awesome, man. That is
Thank
awesome. You gotta bring him on the show when he gets better. You
Yeah,
gotta do a live
yeah,
stream with him, you know?
he's the reason I got this laptop right now. So
Heck yeah.
I mean, he's supported everything I've always done, man. So I'm gonna definitely have to get him to set
Hell
us
yeah,
up.
get him on a live stream, man. You know, Grandpa Dylan. You know,
Yeah.
that'll be
Yeah,
awesome, man.
that would be. I
That-
thank all the community too for all the best wishes because I know a lot of you have put your prayers out there for me, and
Heck yeah.
that means a lot to me for real.
Dylan's gotta edit that video. What kind of top 10 is it? What kind of top 10?
It's gonna be a top 10 like creators, top 10 creators. Like what did I put? I forgot the
Like
name.
artists and
It would be
writers?
yeah, like so it would be top 10 Donnie Cates top 10 books.
Okay.
So like
Let me jot down this top 10 idea.
His top, you know, his highest selling books, you know. So yeah, I got it all worked. I just have to edit it and yeah, put all the pictures and everything in.
Heck yeah, dude.
Then I don't know, maybe like see the thing is I was debating on the weekly comic book review. I don't want to do it like how I was doing it anymore. So I was thinking of doing like a live stream, but I was like the way me and you are doing it, you know, I don't know. So I was thinking of doing it like a live stream, like how we were doing it, but I was like, do I need to really do it twice? It depends, like, I guess what me and you talk about, you know, in the upcoming weeks, because obviously if we're sticking to an hour, we're not going to be able to talk about every book.
Sure.
So maybe we'll do our show, and whatever me and you don't talk about, I'll do another live stream, and obviously you can come on that too. Or, you know what I'm saying? We could do another show.
It'd be cool if you do a live stream where you could bring on people like Scarpad to just pop in real quick and give his 2 cents and have other people jump on and give their 2 cents. Because, I mean, those live streams, you already know. We did that before. Them shits would go for like 3-4 hours.
Exactly.
I remember, I think the last one we did, it was like 3 hours, like 1 o'clock in the morning. And you were like, look, man, I got to go edit the videos. It's getting late.
For real, we be going till like 4 in the morning with them sessions, bro. I love it, man.
Oh, man.
Hopefully we do something maybe this Friday or something too.
Heck yeah. Let's see. All right. Yeah, no, I'm actually gonna go. I think I might watch Civil War.
Yeah.
I think I might watch that tonight.
Let me know what you think.
Yeah, that should be
see the video.
That should be an experience. So that's a Captain America, right? That's Captain America, or is that okay? Captain America Civil War. That's the start of phase 3. So I'm excited for that.
Everyone loves that. I love it. my only bummer is that it feels like a mini Avengers movie instead of getting like a final Captain America movie. That's my only flaw with it, I would say, because everyone else kind of has their own single movie, like, you know what I'm saying? There are
Sure.
3 movies that are their own. He kind of, his third movie kind of got screwed on him. You know, it's an amazing movie. Don't take nothing away from it, but it's like a mini Avengers movie. You know what I mean? So
Two Gun says, I missed those 6-hour live streams.
Two Gun Pedro.
We gotta do them, man. That's why I said maybe let's Friday.
We'll do something like that. That'll be pretty cool.
Perry, let's do something Friday.
All right, that sounds like a cool idea. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna commit. I gotta do.
No, I know. Well, we're not committing to 6 hours.
I'm just saying, if you go live Friday, I might at least jump on. I try to like. It's hard because like I'm trying to do like the morning show Monday through Friday, and that's like kind of kicking my ass because I'm so used to staying up to like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bed at 3 and waking up at 6, and I'm not even waking up. I'm waking up a little bit before because I got to do like show prep. So I got to get ready for everything, and it, you know, it takes a little bit of time. So it's been a little bit.
Why don't you bump it up a little bit? I mean, you don't have. Do you have to do it the same time every day, or you know, some days when you got work, you do it a little earlier?
It has to end at 9, and I'm like, I want to do a little bit more than just an hour. I was doing it from 6 to 9. And I was like, that's way too early. So
I love listening to it. I hope I can maybe come on tomorrow.
Heck yeah, I want to try to. I think I'm gonna talk to TK. I want to see if because I was able to get StreamYard to work with OBS and everything, so maybe we might start doing video. But then I was talking to him, if I drop the link in the chat to StreamYard, because I have him in StreamYard, if I drop the link in the chat, we could have anybody join and give their 2 cents on what we're talking about, and we don't have to worry about like Vernon's because it's just audio. So I was thinking that might be a little bit, because last time I dropped the link in the chat, we had someone jump in from Norway that I'd never seen before. And he was like talking about I was like, this is so cool. This guy's from Norway. He just found my channel a couple of days ago. And he's in a live stream right now talking. I'm like, that is the coolest thing ever. But I don't want to get like some guy from like Egypt who just pulls his pants down. And I'm like, oh no, that's not good.
Oh my God, or get a Chinaman.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna end the stream, and we will see you guys here next week.